Okay, here today I'm going to show you how to make a real simple two-pan meal. It doesn't take very long to make, about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Doesn't use a lot of ingredients. These are all the ingredients you need right here. I use that sun-dried classical tomato pesto. It comes out wicked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up a good-sized skillet. I'm going to dump some olive oil in there, a good amount of olive oil. And excuse my shaky hand here. And I'm going to dump a heaping tablespoon and a little more garlic in there. This is over a medium heat. Let me just out, I'm going to use a little more garlic. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle some basil in there too. Some nice basil. Dried basil, he ain't too fancy with this. Okay. Stir that up a little, right? Here where it's nice and sizzling. I call this tomato basil soup. Okay, so let's hold on a second here. So you can see it's nice and sizzling. Ooh, it looks pretty good, don't it? Right now. Smells good. So I'm going to dump this pesto in. So what I'll do is I'll rinse the jar out here, obviously. We don't want to waste it, right? So anyway, stir that in there real good. Get that all stirred up. Let that sizzle a couple seconds here. I got that sizzling about a minute or two, so now I'm taking this clam juice. You get it in a, you know where the tuna fish is in the store and stuff. It works good. Bumblebee. Just a can of that, bottle of that. I'm going to dump that in there. I'm going to stir that in pretty good, right? So far, pretty easy, isn't it? Nothing too high-tech or anything about that. And we got some heat, look. I'm going to take about 4 cups of cold water. I'm going to dump a little more water in, probably about 8 cups in all. This is a pretty good sized stock pot. Okay. So what I've done now is I've added some more water, rinsed that jar of pesto out, you know. Poured that water in there. So I'm going to sprinkle a little crushed red pepper in here. Ain't a lot. Don't go too nuts. It'll get too hot if you do. I'm going to sprinkle some of that in there. And I got some nice roasted garlic and bell pepper. That's pretty good stuff. I'll sprinkle some of that in there. Not a whole lot. And some Italian seasoning. Dump that in there, okay? Let that simmer for a while uncovered. Throw some of these in there, some bay leaf. Just throw them in there, give it some nice Italian flavor. That's good. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Okay. So now I'm going to take this Italian seasoning. I got 2 pounds of shrimp here. They're like 30 to 40s. They're nice and, it's like a whitish pink the way they're supposed to be. If they're gray, they're bad. These are cooked a little. It's hard to find raw frozen shrimp. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. The ones with the shell on them, it's tough because you can't really see the color of them. So I prefer these. I can look at the color. If they look like they got frost on them and they look like a real, sort of like a crystally white, well, they're no good. Don't buy them. You know, the people in the store sometimes let them thaw and freeze, and that really raises hell with them. This is the way you want them to look. Nice and sort of got this pink and white running through them. So, anyway, sprinkle some of this stuff on them. Some crushed red pepper, if you like. I don't know, and a bunch of basil. Right. Coat them up pretty good. All right. Swirl them around a little. That's Italian. Right. Throw a little of this. I use the garlic. Throw a little garlic in there just because. Why not? You know? What are you gonna hurt? Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Right. Shake it around a little. Get it all mixed in. Let them flavors marry for a little bit, right? So, cook this. Leave it uncovered for about 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done is I brought it to a boil. Let it, give it a stir once in a while. I let it cook down by about a third. So now I'm gonna lower the heat down to pretty low. Right? Just a low. See where it is? Low down there on the stove. Low on the stove. Alright, and I'm going to put the lid on it. I don't want all the liquid to cook off because I'm actually going to cook the macaroni. I'm going to put, what do I got today? I got some Anna shells, so that's what I'm going to use. Use any kind of pasta you want, but I'm going to use them. But when I cook them, I'm going to cook them pretty firm. Actually, just past crunchy. Then I'm going to let them finish up the rest of the way in here. I'm just going to take them out of hot water. Over there, I'm just wanting there's hot water in it. And I'm going to take them out of that, and I'm going to put them directly into here and let them cook a little more in here. Marry the flavor that's in that broth there into them. And put them in, then I'm going to put these shrimp already being cooked partially. I'm going to put them in first, the pasta in first, I should say. And then the shrimp. And then we'll, simmer them for a few minutes and marry the flavors all together. And then we'll put them on a plate and, Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a while and I'm going to let that cook in this pan covered at a real low heat for about a half hour and I'll be back. Okay, so what I've done is I've cooked this pasta, as you can see, steaming, cooked it, drained it. Don't rinse it. Don't ever rinse pasta. You'll rinse the starch off of it, and that's what holds the stuff. So I'm just going to scoop some out and filter it into here. I brought this heat back up on this. So I'm going to scoop this out into this. Let me do that. Let me set this down for a second. See, I brought this stuff back to a boil. The pasta was pretty tough, so I let it boil for a couple minutes. So now I'm throwing the shrimp in. Ooh, don't that look good? Let's throw that stuff in there. See that water there? So throw that in there too. There you go. Okay, so I had some crab left over. Premium crab, because I always have crab around. I'm just going to throw that in there too, because, why not? Now, this is real crab claw. I get it at BJ's. Don't use that fake shit, or stuff. Don't use that fake stuff. That's no good. Lord knows what that is. It's pollock, and Lord knows what that is. It's not good. You don't want it. Hey, your Spanish, don't that look good? So, filter all that in there. Get this crab in there. That shrimp, right? Don't that look good? No. I'm going to cover it up. There you go. So anyhow, here's the finished stuff. I brought it to a boil. And then I let it just simmer for a couple minutes. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So here, I'm going to scoop some in a bowl. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to dip out some sauce. Ain't that beautiful? I'm obviously going to put more in my bowl than that, but just to show you what it is. They're beautiful. The nice thing about this stuff is it will taste better tomorrow. All that stuff just like melded together. So anyways, that's my own invention. I call it the seafood pesto. And I hope you all like it. Bye.